Hello everyone, I am G. Ravikrishna Swami. I am here to teach you Material Science and Metallurgy. Material Science and Metallurgy. So Material Science is the science which deals about the materials. Here, because this presentation is intended to meet mechanical engineering students, we more discuss about metals and alloys. So let us get into the introduction of this subject. Material Science and Metallurgy. Here, this subject is not only for engineers, it is intended for every engineering student and every individual. Why? Because if you want to purchase any product, any material, you know about the material. For example, if you go to a market to purchase a chair, if you are purchasing chair for home purpose, you will choose for plastic chair. Suppose if you want to purchase a chair for public purpose, you may go for concrete chair or metal chair. So based on your requirement and properties, you are going for the type of chair. That depends on the properties. Knowingly or unknowingly, every individual think of materials. But as an engineer, you should know some terminology about the materials and some specifications about the materials. So, in this subject, of course, you have many types of materials, thousands of materials are there. You have a basic knowledge about, you will get a about these materials. Fine. This is intended to meet any branch of engineering student. And so it may be, as I explained about the chair, here I presented about the bridge or automobile or bridge or automobile I just mentioned here. Fine. Let us get into the, as you want to purchase a material, you will see the lifetime. Suppose, same example if I want to repeat. Suppose if you are purchasing chair, plastic chair if you purchase, it may last for 4 years or 5 years. If you purchase a metal chair, it may last for 10 years. So this service condition, everybody will see this condition. Those include mechanical loading. Mechanical loading means the chair is intended for sitting baby or a 50 years old person or a lean person or fat person. If fat person is sitting in the chair continuously, instead of if the lifetime of basic chair is 5 years, it will last for only 1 year. So mechanical loading is important, and the temperature. If you purchase a metal chair, if you are staying in a high humidity area, then the chair get rust and the lifetime will decrease. So it is also depends on the temperature. And magnetic field. A magnetic field is intended for some and chemical surroundings. These are all the basic properties we see about the materials. Overall, it is very important to know about the materials. Fine. Let us get into the properties of the material. This is all come under introduction of the subject as I am explaining. So properties. What properties you see to purchase a material or to think physical properties. What are those physical properties? Density, size and shape, specific gravity and porosity. So density is nothing but it is a basic density, mass per unit volume, and size and shape you will see, and specific gravity and porosity also you will see. These are about these all materials you will discuss in strength of materials and many others. And next, chemical properties you have to think of. And next, thermal properties. And next, electrical properties. Whereas chemical properties, corrosion resistance, chemical composition, and acidity or alkalinity. So in chemical properties, as we are discussing more about the materials, it is more we think of corrosion resistance or not. So we less bother about the chemical composition. Here corrosion resistance we more think. If you want to purchase more corrosion resistance material, for example stainless steel material will purchase. All your home utensils are stainless steel materials. Why? Because you don't see any corrosion on those materials. So chemical properties, corrosion resistance you will see to purchase any material. And next, thermal properties, melting point. As suppose if you want to vessel on a stove, you will purchase a metal or stainless steel kettle. Suppose if you want to store some things, so you will purchase a plastic box. So thermal properties, you have to think of thermal properties to purchase a material. Up to what temperature it can sustain. Some plastics can resist up to some certain 100 degrees centigrade, 200 degrees centigrade, like that. But metals will sustain more high temperatures. So it is very important to think about the thermal properties of the material. Electrical properties. This more electrical people will discuss. Of course, as we are discussing about the metals also, it is electrically conductive or not, we'll discuss. Magnetic properties and optical properties. We more discuss about the mechanical properties. Mechanical properties are elasticity, yield point, strength, stiffness, plasticity, elasticity, yield point, formability, castability, and these are all come under mechanical properties. Each and every definition we will know in the strength of material subject, and here also we will explain. As introduction, I will give you a little glimpse about these properties. Elasticity. Elasticity means every material is having its own elongation property. So its own elongation property, elasticity, the ability of a material to elongate to the applied load is called elasticity. Yield point, up to certain load only it will bear the elongation, that will be called yield point. Whereas strength, every material has its own strength, as everybody know. Stiffness, it has own stiffness. Plasticity, creep, workability, these are all we'll discuss in the further chapters. Criteria for selection of materials. So based on what criteria you will select the material? First, requirement. Requirement is very important. Based on your requirement, you will select the material. First requirement is come from the properties of the material. Suppose, as I explained before, if you want to keep a kettle on a stove, you will purchase a stainless steel kettle. If you want to store some things, you will purchase a plastic kettle. So based on the properties you require, you will go for the material as per the application. Yes, as per the application. So based on the application, based on the properties, you will go for the material. Performance requirement. Performance requirement means, suppose if you are using that product in a bike or automobile or auto or aerospace, that product where you are applying, where you are keeping in a home or in an industry, like that. Performance requirement is also very important thing you will see to choose a material. For example, suppose aerospace component. Some product if you want to keep in the house, for example, in aerospace component, the quality of the product is, they'll see more about the quality of the product. Whereas in ground vehicle, they'll see less quality of the product. So performance requirement. aerospace components has better performance. Why? Because they are very expensive. We'll discuss more about simply performance requirement also. We'll see choose the material. Material reliability, capable in working conditions. Material reliability means your product is sustaining in all situations or all seasons. You have to see. Suppose, the material reliability, capable of working condition, you have to see. Fine. Safety, brittle or ductile. Brittle means our glass come under brittle material. Ductile nature means if any material is having its capability to elongate, all the metals will come under ductile material. Glass come under brittle material. Brittle material will fail catastrophically. Means by the application of load it will fail suddenly. Whereas ductile material will application of load it will fail slowly. So based on your requirement and application you will go for brittle material or ductile material. So based on the safety requirement. Fine. Disposability, recycling and reuse. Nowadays it is very important. As you see, for a common example, every day we are listening, don't use plastic, don't use plastic. Why? Because if we use more amount of plastic to degrade it is taking more amount of years. It takes more years to degrade in the earth. Whereas if you choose some cotton or cloth kind of material, it will degrade well, very faster. So it reduces the environmental pollution. So disposability is very important to choose the material. And recycling, if you are able to recycle the product, if you take a stainless steel kettle, by melting it, the same stainless steel material you can convert into another product. So that means recycling and reuse. So if you want to change that product into another change, best example, gold. If you have some ring, if some 10 years over you don't have interest on that ring, then what you will do? The same ring you will hand over into some jewelry shop. They will made with the same gold, they will made another ring, another ornament. So that is called reuse or recycling. So these are all the things we have to see in materials. Processing of materials. Suppose if you want a material, if you want a product after 10 days, if that product manufacturing is taking 1 year, is it possible to get the product? It is not possible. So processing also you have to see. Easy processing you have to see. The material has every material has its own processing capability. So based on the processing also you will choose a material. Whereas in aerospace components, processing time is more. Suppose if you want to order an aeroplane, it takes years. If you give order now, after 10 years or 7-8 years you will get the aeroplane product, because processing time is more. But now if you give a Bajaj bike order, within 2 days you will get your Bajaj bike. So their production rate is more. That depends on processing of materials. That all come under processing of materials. Economic factors. It is very, very, very important. Everybody see. What is that economic factor? Your requirement is there. Your properties are there. But if it is not within the range of your expenditure, or so that product you cannot afford, that product you cannot purchase. So therefore economic factor, it has to available cheaply. So these are all the factors we choose to obtain any product. It is all the factors we have to think of about thinking about the materials. Outline of this subject. These are all the introduction about the material science and metallurgy. In this material science and metallurgy subject, as I told you already, we discussed more about metals and alloys. Fine. Outline as this subject I would like to give now. how here in the first unit I will discuss about unit 1. In the unit 1 I discuss about structure of metals and constitution of alloys and equilibrium diagrams. As per your JNTU Kakinada syllabus, these are all the topics we are going to discuss. These are more about metals and alloys and composites and ceramics. Fine. In the first unit, we will discuss these two topics: structure of metals and constitution of alloys, equilibrium diagrams. In the second unit, we cover more about, this is unit 2, ferrous metals and alloys and non-ferrous metals and alloys we will discuss. And in the third unit, we discuss about heat treatment of alloys. Unit 3, heat treatment of alloys. Whereas fourth unit is powder metallurgy and fifth unit is ceramics and composites. So these are the topics, these are the 5 units you have in your syllabus. So these we are going to discuss in further proceedings. Fine. In order to give small glimpse about this today's presentation, what we discussed about engineering requirement of materials. Engineering requirement of materials we discussed, that is requirement, properties and all. Properties. In that properties what we discussed, those properties: thermal properties, mechanical properties and optical properties, and what else? Mechanical, thermal, optical and magnetic properties. Magnetic properties, etc. We more concentrated on mechanical properties. In that mechanical properties, what I explained: strength, stiffness, elongation, elasticity, plasticity and all. In thermal properties, what I explained, we choose some example and what conditions we see about the product we explain. Optical properties we do not discuss so much, and magnetic properties also we not discuss so much. And next explained about the overall outline of materials science and metallurgy subject. In the outline what we discussed in the first unit, we will discuss about alloys, constitution of alloys and equilibrium diagrams. In the second unit we discuss about ferrous materials and non-ferrous materials. Third unit we will discuss about the what else? Heat treatment of alloys. And fourth unit powder metallurgy. And fifth unit is about ceramic materials and composite materials. So this is about the today's presentation. Thank you.